Well, ladies and gentlemen, we did not have a good day in the stock market today at all. We had the S&P 500 close down about 0.25%. The Dow actually went up 0.25%, so those didn't do that bad. But looking at the Russell and the NASDAQ, well, those did do bad. We had the Russell go down 1%, same with the NASDAQ, as the VIX went up about 0.4%, and we had the metals pretty much break even. So in this video, you guys know the drill. We're going to break down the markets very quickly. We're going to go over 7 stocks as well, and what I'm looking to do. So if you all find value, of course, hit that like button, make sure to subscribe, and don't forget to get up to 15 stocks for MooMoo, link down below. We'll talk more about that later, and now let's dive into it. So again, we did not have the best day across the board today, even though the Dow did ink out a green day, barely, but it did go up around 0.25%. And by the looks of it here, guys, SPY's holding above $407 by a thread. And earlier in the day, you guys probably saw SPY actually broke well under 407. We got down to 405.88. Then we actually V-shape recovered kind of into the close. And we can actually see an inverse head and shoulders here as well. If I zoom in, you guys can see the left shoulder right here, the head, and then we have the right shoulder. So the fact that we did rally back over 407 and we rallied into the close, that's a good sign for the bulls, no doubt about it, considering earlier in March, we've talked about this, 407 was the high. So we broke out of that, pulled back a little bit momentarily under it today. Then we ran over it, closed above 407. So let's see how we move tomorrow, guys. On the 5-day chart, I'm going to pop this up and show you we're still clearly in a downtrend, at least from the past 2 days. We have these lower lows, lower highs being made. And mind you, guys, today we took the lows out from yesterday, obviously. So let's see if we can see any type of momentum out of this level tomorrow on SPY. If so, if we break out of that in the morning, maybe during pre-market, we'll see. That would indicate more upside to come. Maybe we start breaking out towards 412, maybe towards 415, where we were back in February. So SPY, that's a quick little breakdown there. And when it comes to Triple Q, which tracks the NASDAQ 100, you guys know this went down 1% on the day. And it looks like buyers did come in right around that 50 moving average here on the 4-hour chart, which is a great sign considering that's been support throughout the past couple of weeks from the middle of, ever since really the middle of March. So we're seeing some buying pressure there. And just like SPY, we did get a bit of a recovery heading into close today. The low of the day on Triple Q was 314, and we closed at roughly $316, a little bit under that, but pretty much 316. And we also have an inverse head and shoulders on the intraday chart, just like we had on SPY. Let me show you this. We have the left shoulder, the head, the right shoulder right here. Even though I butchered that, you guys get the point. So that's what I'm noticing on Triple Q. And really, guys, what I'm paying attention to is that 4-hour chart right around $315-ish, right by that 50 SMA. That's what I'm watching heading into tomorrow and for the rest of this week. Even though I think, actually, wait, the markets are closed on Friday. I forgot about that. So tomorrow and then heading into the week after that. So watch out for this 50 moving average to hold that support, or maybe it doesn't. Time will tell, guys. And with that being said, let's take a look at oil, which has been all over the place. You guys know oil ended up, oh, look at that. It went down 0.4% today. It's still right around $80 a barrel. So it seems like ever since we got news that OPEC is cutting production 1.16 million barrels per day, we did get that spike up, but ever since that point, looks like we've been consolidating right around $80 a barrel. And I'm waiting for the day we get the gap out of 83, which that would be a serious shift in trend at that point, but we're just not showing it yet. So the bulls are definitely here to play, but they're not fully in charge. We're still under 83. We're still under key levels of resistance from months ago. So keep that in mind here on oil. So we might as well just dive right into it here with some of these stocks, guys. What's this one? AEP, American Electric Power, today went up 3.7%. And this one's starting to reverse. You guys can see we had a death cross going here for a couple of months. This thing crossed under at about, when was that? Roughly in the beginning of February at about $93. And this ended up going all the way down to about $85. Now, ever since the end of March, we've really been reversing. Like I said, we're now starting to break out of these moving averages. We're at a multi-week high. Now we're taking out the highs from the middle of last month with today's move, and we're now about to test the highs from early February, being about, let's see, where is that, $95-ish. We're probably going to test that tomorrow or some point next week. And if we do break out of there, which is where I'm going to set my alert, let me do that now. Mark is at or above 95. This could start turning towards 98, which was the high from the beginning of January, and we'll see where it goes from that point. So this looks like momentum shifting to the Bulls' favor, and it could continue. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Another one that I'm looking at is MPC, which is Marathon Petroleum. This one went up 5.5% today, and look at this sharp bounce off the 180 SMA at the bottom of this channel on the 4-hour chart, and now above the 50 moving average. We just got a huge spike today, guys, taking us back above the highs from the end of March, which is really good. And we also took out the highs, it seems like, from early March. So now the next main level we're going to test is going to be about 134-ish, roughly 133, 134, which was the high from the really early days of March. So if that does end up breaking, guys, we're probably going to get a shot towards 140. And now that oil's heating up, no pun intended, a lot of these energy stocks are starting to reverse. This could be in play. I'm going to set my alert at, let's see, 133, maybe a little bit higher than that. Let me do 134, and we'll see where it goes from there. Let me do that now. Mark is at or above 134. And again, from that point, which now that I'm looking at it, hold on a second, guys. Let me clear this drawing set. This is an ascending triangle, clear as day. Do you guys see this? We have clear higher lows being made. Then if I zoom in here and I draw this out, it's a triangle. You guys see that? So we're going to probably test any day now, 135, 6, 7, 8, roughly that couple dollar window, right? And if that breaks, we're going to get a huge leg up here on MPC. And it seems like that's the direction that we're trending or trading in at this point in time, guys. So the next one I want to talk about is Exxon Mobil, which is another energy company. Let me pull this up and show you guys. Exxon Mobil today went up about 1.7%. Pretty good day, and it's knocking on the doors of all-time highs. It's pretty much right there. And you guys can see we're right at a big resistance, right at about $118. You guys can see that was the high from back in November, December, also from back in February, right? So if we do take that out, guys, if we start breaking 117.18, which it looks like we're going to be testing it, again, Exxon's going to be a breakout candidate. I mean, it already is, but at that point, it will be breaking out, and we're going to be right at all-time highs. So XOM, guys, it's on the verge of breaking out. And mind you, it's done very well, so it's in an overbought spot right here, but all I'm saying is momentum could kick up even more if we break this 118 level. But we also have to be cognizant and play devil's advocate here. It could sell off a little bit before we get that push. But either way, energy is looking really bullish right now. XOM, MPC, and there's a bunch of other ones. Let me actually pull up Occidental Petroleum and see how that did today. It actually went down a little bit, but still, it's reversing. It's starting to break above the moving averages. We've been doing that, and now we're taking out this channel where we're seeing a golden cross. So Oxy's looking great. And let's see what else we have on the list here. PSX, which is Phillips 66. This one's looking like it's breaking out as well. Not as nicely as maybe MPC, but it's up. It went up 6% on the day today. It broke out of the moving averages, and now we're testing the top of this channel and also the high from earlier this week. I think that was from Monday. The high was right around $105, $106. So if we get that break above that level on PSX, this could start to really break out. And at that point, if we do break, let's say 105, more like 107 or 108, that's where the breakout could really start to kick in. So I'm going to set my alert on PSX at $108. Mark is at or above. And if you guys have not gotten your 15 up to 15 free stocks yet for MooMoo, what are you waiting for? Use that link down below or go to StasSurfS.com/MooMoo. Once you open up an account, you get 1 free share of stock. And listen to this, if you deposit at least $100, you get 4 more free shares, totaling 5 stocks. And it gets better, guys. If you deposit at least $1,000 onto the platform, you get another 10 stocks, totaling 15 free stocks. And if you don't like the platform, if you don't like MooMoo for some reason, you can just take out all the money you deposited and you keep your free stocks. It's a win-win situation. You get free stocks. It helps out the channel. I appreciate all of you guys for watching as always. And now let's continue on with the last couple of stocks on the list. So Mercado Libre is finally starting to pull back a little bit. Today it went down 4%, trading in the mid 1200s. And honestly, I feel like it could come down a little bit more, and if it does, I'm going to be considering it heavily for a dip buy. We can see here each time it's pulled back in the past couple of weeks. We essentially saw buyers come in each time at a higher low, and it ended up pushing even higher. In fact, we just hit a fresh higher high a couple of days ago. I think that was on Monday. Now we're starting to pull back again. So like I said, it might come down a little bit more, maybe towards 1175, 1200, maybe right in this pocket right here. And that's where I'm going to be watching it for a continuation play, right? Again, in this little range right here between, really sandwiched between the 180 and the 50 SMA on the 4-hour chart. So Mercado Libre needed a pullback, and it got a pullback, and now I'm looking to capitalize on it once we get confirmation. So let's be patient. I'm not telling you guys what to do, by the way, but I'm being patient on it so we can see what ends up happening. So that's Mercado Libre, and the last two, I'm going to group them together, guys. AMD and NVIDIA. These are also finally starting to pull back. AMD a little bit more than NVIDIA. We can see AMD's recent high was right around, let's see, $103 roughly. Now it's at 92, so it is down about 10% in the past couple of days. And we called out this breakout. If you guys remember, we have it outlined right here. We had a inverse head and shoulders and an ascending triangle. That played out. We ripped all the way to 102. Now we're pulling back. Like I said, down about 10% in the past couple of days. So let's see what happens here between 88 to 90 bucks. I'm looking to see if we get a continuation play on AMD, kind of like Mercado Libre, and I'm looking to see if buyers come in right around this 180 moving average, which could happen. It might not happen, but judging history here, it's likely to happen. It's not guaranteed, but it could continue. We shall see, guys. The uptrend here could continue. So AMD's finally cooling off. Same with NVIDIA. Let me pull this up and show you guys. NVIDIA, not so much as AMD, but today it went down 2%, and it's currently down about 13 bucks from recent highs, or in other words, not much, honestly, about 4%. So this needs to come down a lot more. And if it does, if it comes down to, let's say, the 180 SMA, right around 245, 250, that could be a point where, hey, we get buyers, we might continue the trend. That could be a continuation spot here on NVIDIA, which clearly has been uptrending for months. And funny enough, guys, you probably know if you were watching the channel, or if you have been watching the channel, I bought NVIDIA, I think, at like 125, and I sold it so early. And of course, hindsight's 2020, but I bought it at 125-ish, and I sold it, I think, in the 140s. And look at where we are now. 270 bucks. Insane. If I held, I would have been up a lot more, but you guys know how that goes. If you're up a lot in the moment, you're like, screw it. It's a trade. I'm going to sell out, take the quick profit, which it was. I think I held it for like a week, not even, maybe 10 days. So I took the quick profit, and you guys know how that goes. You look back months later, the stock's up a lot more, and you're like, dang it, I should have held. That's what happened to me, guys. So yeah, either way, it's all good. Next trade, on to the next, right? So with that being said, I'm going to wrap up the video. If you enjoyed it, hit the like button, subscribe. Don't forget to get up to 15 stocks from MooMoo, link down below, 12 stocks from Webull as well, and check out my Patreon if you guys want all my real-time updates, stocks I'm looking at. You want to be a part of the Patreon portfolio, the Discord chat. All that is linked down below. You also get one-on-one access with me throughout the day. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.